Amid growing tensions with Russia, Germany has reportedly halted its multi-billion-euro frigate program in a major setback for NATO's military plans. Germany's flagship next-generation warship project is now facing a dramatic collapse after fresh setbacks. Berlin has effectively pulled the plug on what was meant to become its first modern destroyer program in decades. With an estimated price tag of nearly €3 billion per ship, the project is still struggling to meet expectations. New details reveal the key reasons behind the mounting problems that have pushed Germany's F-126 warship program into crisis. Germany has reportedly cancelled its F-126 frigate program after years of delays and soaring costs. The project was originally designed to deliver Germany's first modern destroyer-like surface combatant. German officials said escalating costs and growing project risks ultimately made the program unsustainable. The decision brings an end to what had been Germany's largest naval shipbuilding effort in decades. The F-126 was Germany's next-generation multi-role frigate program. It was the country's largest ever naval procurement project. The warships were designed to replace the aging Brandenburg-class frigates. Each vessel was planned to displace around 10,500 tons. The frigates were designed to be 166 meters long. They were built for long-endurance NATO missions. The design featured modular mission payloads. The ships were intended for air defense, anti-submarine, and surface warfare. Each frigate was planned to carry 16 Mk-41 vertical launch cells. The vessels were designed for low-crew, highly automated operations. The project was led by Dutch shipbuilder Damen. It was ultimately cancelled over rising costs, delays, and procurement risks. Germany says the cost of building each F-126 frigate has risen to around €3 billion, making the project far more expensive than originally planned. The latest estimate is more than double the original projected cost, raising serious concerns within Germany's defense establishment. Officials say years of delays, repeated budget overruns, and growing technical challenges made the program increasingly difficult to justify. The F-126 was designed to displace more than 10,000 tons, making it one of the largest surface combatants ever planned for the German Navy. Despite its massive size, the warship was expected to carry only 16 vertical missile launch cells, drawing criticism from defense analysts. Military experts argued that the ship's overall combat capability did not match either its size or its multi-billion-euro price tag. Critics also said rival warships offered significantly greater firepower and better value, despite costing much less than the F-126. The F-126 program was built on a procurement system already facing serious challenges. The Baden-Württemberg-class frigates were plagued by software issues and failed sea trials. The Braunschweig-class corvettes also suffered from delays and contract disputes. Germany's Type 212 submarines have faced ongoing readiness and maintenance problems. Major defense projects have repeatedly exceeded their original budgets. Many procurement programs have also faced years of delivery delays. Germany's defense acquisition system is now under growing scrutiny. The F-126 contract was awarded to Dutch shipbuilder Damen, a decision that quickly sparked political debate inside Germany. Critics questioned whether such an important defense program should have been entrusted to a foreign-led consortium. Defense experts also expressed concerns that the ship's small crew could limit its ability to handle damage during combat. With the F-126 program now cancelled, fresh questions are being raised about Germany's defense procurement system and future naval planning. As the Ukraine war steadily drains Western resources and attention, Moscow is already planning for decades of naval rivalry, laying the groundwork for a long undersea contest with NATO. On June 17, Russia quietly laid the keel of a new Yasen-M nuclear submarine in Severodvinsk, signaling that even in wartime it is still investing in next-generation undersea power. The new vessel, named Murmansk, became the ninth Project 885M boat in the series, raising the question of how many of these high-end hunters NATO is prepared to track at once. This keel laying at Sevmash in Severodvinsk is the first for this class since 2020, suggesting Russia is now ready to restart the production rhythm it lost in the early war years. Yasen-M, known to NATO as the Severodvinsk class, is Russia's most advanced attack submarine design, built to hunt in silence and challenge Western navies far from Russian shores. This class is engineered to hunt enemy warships, stalk other submarines and strike land targets, raising fears that it could hit ports, bases and cities without warning from beneath the waves. Its missile arsenal includes Caliber, Onyx and even Zircon hypersonic weapons, forcing NATO planners to ask how they will defend carriers and coastal sites from such fast, long-range strikes. Interestingly, recent Yasen-M boats are reportedly being fitted specifically for Zircon hypersonic missiles, turning each submarine into a mobile platform for some of Russia's most advanced weapons. The original Severodvinsk was laid down in 1993 and only entered service in 2014, a 20-plus-year saga that showed just how badly Russia's shipbuilding industry struggled after the Soviet collapse. That 21-year build time exposed how far the post-Soviet naval industry had fallen, raising doubts back then about whether Moscow could ever field a modern submarine fleet at scale again. However, reports say the improved Kazan was laid down in 2009 and commissioned in May 2021, showing that Russia managed to cut timelines and push the design toward a more mature, repeatable build. Kazan's shorter build time hinted at new maturity in the Yasen-M design and better production practices at Sevmash, raising alarms that Russia could now produce these subs faster and more predictably. Novosibirsk reportedly joined service in 2021 and later shifted to the Pacific Fleet, suggesting Moscow wants these advanced subs patrolling not just Europe's waters but also the Asia-Pacific. Krasnoyarsk followed in 2023 and then redeployed to Kamchatka the next year, reinforcing Russia's undersea presence in the Pacific and signaling a long-term focus on that theater too. Arkhangelsk joined the Northern Fleet in 2024 after completing sea trials, adding another modern attack submarine to the high-stakes Arctic and North Atlantic routes NATO depends on. K-572 Perm rolled out from the Sevmash yard in March 2025, showing that new Yasen-M hulls are now leaving the sheds and heading toward frontline duty. Perm is the first Yasen-M reportedly designed from the start around Zircon missiles, raising the prospect of a dedicated hypersonic strike submarine roaming NATO's sea lanes. By 2026, Perm was said to be undergoing sea trials, inching closer to full combat readiness and forcing Western navies to factor it into their future patrol plans. Ulyanovsk remains under construction at Sevmash, another sign that the production line is still moving and more advanced attack subs are on the way. Voronezh and Vladivostok were both laid down in July 2020, indicating that Russia committed to multiple boats at once even before the full shock of the Ukraine war hit. These two submarines stem from a June 2019 contract, proof that Moscow's long submarine push was locked in well before today's open confrontation with the West. Their delivery dates are currently listed as 2027 and 2028, meaning NATO could be facing even more Yasen-M boats in the water before the decade is out.